So is there a limit there? Is that where you're asking?
I was just curious, like, whether some new places are around, because I know not a lot of movie like, you know, yes, exactly. Whereas a lot of but so this was like, we'll see.
I don't know.
But I was hoping, I was thinking, just because it's about the same distance, starting to get to
It's a pool.
yeah,
Everywhere.
yeah. And there's one more restaurant too. She's a very it's just I don't like her orange hat. Just not my thing. That's it's more prevalent in
Oh, interesting.
there's not a lot of like
Yeah, my contact is in the whole like all the way from Jose.
yeah. So are you gonna find like a new whenever you get home?
Yeah.
Have you been looking yet or no?
We should do holidays. What?
No, I'm not going to.
I have a head. So there you go.
Like you need, but like noted environmental hater. That's what I'm saying.
Hi. Nope. They're ill.
Are we, right? Okay, I'm doing Pathfinder, so I've never done it before, so I have no idea where to go.
So Dean is doing so half of the
Okay. Find Dean.
Dean is
Yeah, I see her, but she's gonna do Pathfinders. Okay, so I'll just go with her.
never before.
But I mean, like,
Good morning. Welcome to First Parish in Brookline, a Unitarian Universalist congregation welcoming to all. After a torrent of rain yesterday, it is joy to see the sun and all of you this morning. Wherever you are on your faith journey, whatever you believe and whatever you question, you are welcome here. My name is Elizabeth McIntyre. My pronouns are she, her, and I am your worship associate this morning. Our service will be held by our interim minister, Reverend Joe Cherry. If you are new or if this is your first time at First Parish, we extend a special welcome to you this morning. We invite everyone to join us at our social hour after our service down the hall to your right to Lion Chapel. For children and families, there are stuffed animals at the back of the church as you enter, toys and coloring supplies in the corner under the rocket ship, and professional nursery care downstairs until 12:45 p.m. It is an exciting time to be at First Parish. We have several announcements today. After worship this morning at 12:30 p.m. in the Dana Room, Reverend Joe, myself, and other members of the worship committee will be holding a workshop on how to craft a worship service. If you have ever been curious about leading your own summer service, or if you want to learn more about all that goes into making meaningful worship, please come. This Thursday, June 4th, from 7 to 8 p.m., we are having a Zoom call with our new minister, Reverend Jason. He will introduce himself from Chicago before his arrival in mid-August. The Zoom link will be sent to your email on Tuesday and Thursday morning. And this Friday, June 5th, is our final First Friday supper of the year. This will be a community potluck barbecue at 6 o'clock. The community will be doing some singing together, which I'm very excited about. The committee will be providing the meat and vegetarian hamburgers and hot dogs, but we need you to contribute side dishes, drinks, and desserts. If you want more on your plate than a hot dog, bring something. We hope to see you all there. In addition to all of these events, there are more listed in the insert in your order of service this morning. Once again, welcome to one and all. It is a blessing to be together.
So a couple things. First off, now you can eat a light. Second, due to my own last-minute shenanigans, if you want to participate in the call to worship, it's on this wall. So you'll need to come down and stand in a motley group in the front. And the third thing is Samuel May, Louisa May's Alcott's uncle, Samuel May. We had a discussion earlier, and I can't remember his name. So hello. Okay. I have a new call to worship for us to do together, which should appear up there. It should say leader. Yep. Great. So anyone want to come down? You're comfortable? I don't want to leave you out of it. That's all. Sorry. We come from many paths and many places. Seeking connection. In a world that often encourages isolation, we choose community. In a culture that prizes independence, we remember our interdependence. Today, we welcome new companions for the journey, and we renew our own commitment to walk together. Let us gather in gratitude, hope, and love. For we get there together, or do not get there at all. Thank you. Please gather for our opening hymn, We Walk the Same Ground, rising in body and spirit as you're able, and I'm guessing listening to his instructions.
Hi, everyone. My name is John, he, him. I'm the bass section leader with the choir. Today we'll be singing We Walk the Same Ground Together. Our leaders for this hymn will be Elizabeth and Nathaniel. They will sing the tune for us. I will cue all of us when to join them. I promise you'll be able to sing it with them. It'll get very repetitive, but keep singing with all of the heart and spirit that I know you guys can bring. Thanks.
We walk the same ground, but we've been torn apart. Put down your weapons, come sing your part. We walk the same ground, but we've been torn apart. Put down your weapons, come sing your part. We walk the same ground, but we've been torn apart. Put down your hatred, come sing your part. We walk the same ground, but we've been torn apart. Put down your anger, come sing your part. We walk the same ground, but we've been torn apart. Put down your weapons, come sing your part. We walk the same ground, but we've been torn apart. Put down your anger, come sing your part. We walk the same ground, but we've been torn apart. Put down your anger, come sing your part.
Please join in reading our community's covenant found in your order of service, first in Spanish. Como congregación, prometiendo con mucha fe cuidarnos mutuamente y deleitarnos en el amor que permanecerá entre nosotros. We give ourselves one unto another, covenanting to walk together as a congregation, promising faithfully to watch over one another and to delight for love to abide in our midst.
That was dramatic. Ready? This a good height or a little smaller? Today, we gather to welcome new members into the life of this congregation. In doing so, we affirm that community is not simply a collection of individuals, but a covenant, a promise we make to walk together in hope, compassion, and service. I'd like to invite the new people forward. Eliza, who are they? Here.
They are Nina O'Brien. Come on up. Don't be shy. Kelly O'Brien and Kristen Palace.
Right over here. So everyone can look at you. Exciting. Each person before you has chosen to join this congregation, bringing their whole selves, their questions, beliefs, experiences, and dreams. In return, this community pledges to walk with them in mutual care and shared purpose. Joining a Unitarian Universalist congregation is not a statement of creed, but a commitment to journey in freedom and responsibility. It is a promise to seek truth, to nurture compassion, and to build a more just and loving world.
So now we ask you, do you affirm your intention to join this congregation, to participate in its life and work, and to grow in your spiritual journey within this diverse and welcoming community? And you say, do you promise to offer your time, talents, and resources as you are able to help sustain and strengthen this congregation and to uphold its mission?
Yes.
Do you enter into covenant with this community to walk together in love, to speak with honesty, to listen with compassion, and to celebrate both our differences and our shared humanity?
Yes.
So now I'm going to ask the gathered congregation, do you welcome these new members into our shared life? Wait. Will you support them with love and encouragement, invite them into your joys and sorrows, and walk with them on their shared journey of faith?
Yes. We do.
There should be a slide. We welcome you with open hearts and open minds. You guys are doing great for your, this is good.
You answered 3 for 3, and so we are very pleased to present you with this token of our love, our appreciation, and our hopes for you that you will aspire with us is important, to deepen your commitment and your understanding of what it is to belong to Unitarian Universalist traditions. I present you with both this big book and a chalice pin, which I hope you'll wear proudly.
So it's time for more community engagement, right, everybody? You're very excitable. Let us speak together our covenant of welcome led by Eliza.
We are Unitarian Universalists, bound not by creed, but by covenant. We welcome your questions, your doubts, your gifts,
So if there are any young scholars with us today, we're going to sing you out without the piano. Oh, with the piano. Great. I didn't want to do it a cappella. Go hit it. Before we continue, I'm going to invite you to take a breath and notice the people around you. Some are old friends, right? Some are new acquaintances. Some arrived this morning carrying joys, and others carrying burdens. Most of us carry a little of both. For a moment, set aside the demands of the week. Set aside the errands, the worries, the unfinished conversations. Remember instead this simple truth. None of us takes this journey alone. The people gathered here today are not strangers sharing a room. They are fellow travelers, companions on the road, each carrying a piece of the story, and each helping to light the way for someone else. Let us rest for a moment in gratitude for one another and in the quiet blessing of belonging.
Companions on the Journey by Reverend Joe Cherry. Louisa May Alcott understood that communities are often built not through grand gestures, but through ordinary acts of care freely given. In Little Women, a story I grew up reading with my mom in bed every night while I made a little hook rug. There is that beloved Christmas morning scene where the March sisters, who have so little themselves, decide together to bring their breakfast to a poorer family nearby. What begins as a simple meal becomes something larger, joy shared, burdens lightened, and the discovery that generosity has a way of enlarging everyone involved. That is the mystery and blessing of voluntary community. None of us is required to be here. We come by choice. Again and again, we choose to gather, to care, to sing, to grieve, to celebrate, and to help hold one another upright in difficult times. And in that choosing, strangers slowly become companions, and companions become something like family. Today, as we welcome new members and companions into this congregation, we celebrate not simply an arrival, but a mutual promise. We promise to make room for one another's stories, to share both joy and responsibility, and to remember that the strength of a community is measured not by perfection, but by the willingness of its people to show up for one another with open hearts. May this congregation continue to be a place where kindness is practiced, where burdens are shared, where laughter is abundant, and where all who enter find both welcome and purpose among us. Now is the time in our service where our offering is gratefully shared. Please give freely as you are able.
before I say thank you for the gifts in those plates, a huge thank you for the gift that just was. Wow, it's amazing. Hello, my name is Chiara Zani. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the clerk of the parish board. On behalf of the parish board and Reverend Joe, we thank you for these gifts that you have given us. We see them as a sign of your trust, especially these days when there's really no such thing as spare change. We are very grateful that you have given to us today, and we will use this sign of trust that you have given us and put it towards working towards our shared values. Thank you very much.
Life is full of choices, though I think most of us lose sight of that far more often than we realize. Just today, in fact, I gave someone the option to skip the sermon, but they chose to stay. It has become part of my spiritual practice to pay attention to the language I use about my life. So often, as we move through our days, we begin our sentences with the words, I have to. I have to go to work. I have to answer these emails. I have to make dinner. I have to finish this project. I have to go to this meeting. Sound familiar? And certainly some of the things in life really are our obligations. But often, hidden underneath these have-tos, there are choices we have made. Choices about what we value, whom we love, and what kind of life we want to live. Many years ago, my British Unitarian colleagues taught me a phrase that has stayed with me ever since. This is an impossible job and an amazing privilege. Ministry can indeed be exhausting. The hours can be long. There are always more emails, more meetings, more people to care about, more worries quietly shared, quietly carried in your heart. But I try never to say, I have to write a sermon. Instead, I say, I'm writing a sermon. I never say, I have to visit someone in the hospital. I say, I'm going to visit someone in the hospital. Because each time I speak that way, I remind myself of something important. I chose this life. I choose this ministry. And every Sunday, you choose this community. None of us are here because we are compelled to be. Gone are the days when church attendance was expected or enforced. This is not the village of Two Rivers anymore, where the Puritan stood up here in that pulpit and did attendance every Sunday to see who wasn't in town and who wasn't here. Those days are gone. In fact, in our culture today, we can sometimes feel almost strange to admit that church matters to us at all. And yet, here we are. We are here because some part of us longs for connection. Some part of us needs companionship. Some part of us still believes that human beings are meant to care for one another. That longing is not a weakness. It is part of what makes us human. I have a strong belief that there are many others in the vast out there who are also looking for a place to belong, but for whatever complicated reason or reasons, we are not letting them know that we are here, that we are looking for them, that we will welcome them here. This week on social media, I saw a quote from Reverend Rick Davis from our sibling congregation, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem, Oregon. He wrote, I must confess that we Unitarian Universalists, overly conscientious about not forcing our religious views on others, go too far in the other direction and hide our light under a bushel, which is to say that most people don't even know we exist. Clearly, this has to change. Louisa May Alcott understood this. In Little Women, there's that beautiful Christmas morning when the March sisters, who themselves have very little, choose to bring their breakfast to a poor family nearby. The gift itself is modest, but what matters is the spirit behind it, the discovery that joy grows deeper when shared, and that love deepens when it becomes mutual care. This is how communities are built. Not all at once, not through perfection, not through grand speeches or heroic moments, but through hundreds of small acts of presence, that's CE, not TS, and kindness, although TS might work too. A remembered name, a casserole delivered after surgery, a hand on a shoulder at the right moment, a child welcomed into a classroom, a hymn sung together by people carrying entirely different burdens. This is what congregations are made of. In 1946, after the devastation of the Second World War, the Unitarian theologian James Luther Adams wrote about what he called voluntary associations. Adams had watched the rise of fascism in Europe. He had seen what happens when people become isolated from one another, when fear replaces trust, and when democratic institutions begin to fall. And so he argued that free people must choose to be together, not because they are forced to, not because the state demands it, not because conformity demands it, but because human beings need one another if democracy, compassion, and hope are going to survive. Adams wrote that the question is not whether human beings will have faith. We all have placed our faith in something. The real question is, what do we place our confidence in? What do we love? What do we sacrifice for? What do we choose to build together? Over the last year, Denny and I at home have been using this phrase about our congregations, and it's really about all of life, but it started with congregations. Through 1,000 tiny decisions, you have created exactly the church you wanted. So all the things you love, you created that. The things that frustrate you, you created that. And for Adams, one answer to that question was the voluntary association. Churches, civic groups, choirs, neighborhood organizations, unions, book clubs, social justice movements, all the places where people freely gather around shared values and shared care. And there was really a great heyday of voluntary association in this country. After the Second World War, people joined everything: churches, bowling leagues, the Elks, the Moose, the Masons, the PTA, civic clubs, neighborhood organizations. People seemed to understand instinctively that democracy is not merely voting every few years. Democracy is a skill we practice together. Somewhere along the way, though, our culture became suspicious of belonging. We became deeply individualistic. Joining things started to feel embarrassing or old-fashioned. Better to remain detached. Better not to need anyone too much. And yet, I think many people are hungry for exactly what those older voluntary associations provided: community, purpose, mutual responsibility, friendship, and shared meaning. I think we see signs of that hunger everywhere. People are joining choirs again. My concert band has gained 15 people in 3 years. Neighborhood mutual aid groups, young adults rediscovering civic organizations, book clubs, community gardens, and yes, even churches. Not because people suddenly became less modern, but because loneliness has become unbearable. And because human beings were never meant to do life entirely alone. Every Sunday, without coercion, people come through those doors and say, in one way or another, I want to belong to something rooted in hope. I want companions for the journey. I want to practice becoming a more fully human being. Today, we celebrated 3 people who are making that choice publicly now, intentionally, by joining this congregation. And membership, at its best, is not about signing a contract or joining an institution. It's about entering a relationship of mutual care and mutual responsibility. Not obligation, but relationship. It is saying, I will help hold this community together. I will allow this community to help hold me together too. Those are 2 very different things. Because the truth is, stewardship of a congregation is not only financial, it's emotional stewardship, spiritual stewardship, and relational stewardship. It's showing up for one another, and it is about allowing yourself to be known. It is understanding that your presence matters here more than you may ever have fully realized before. One of the quiet miracles of congregational life is how people's faces light up when they see one another. We are rarely as invisible as we fear we are, We are rarely as invisible as we fear we are. Our absence is noted. Our presence is a gift. And when difficult times come, as they always do, this community reminds us that we do not need to be perfect to be loved. We simply need to arrive. I choose this ministry. I choose this faith. And then again and again, all of us choose one another. May we do so with joy. May we do so with tenderness. May we do so remembering that in a fragmented and lonely world, every act of voluntary love is a small act of courage. And I remind you, there are so many people outside who need to be invited in. Consider that. Amen. Please come together, rising and bodying the Spirit, to sing one of my favorite hymns, This Is My Song, which will be up on the wall.
Please join in our unison affirmation as Reverend Joe extinguishes our chalice. Apagamos Esta llama pero no la luz de la verdad, ni el calor de la comunidad, ni el fuego del compromiso. Estos los llevamos con nosotros y los ofrecemos para bendecir al mundo. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry with us and offer as gifts unto the world.
One day I will be able to sing that hymn and not cry, but that is not today. Go now into the world knowing that community is not something we find once and keep forever. It is something we create through kindness, through courage, through showing up, through choosing one another again and again. May you be a companion to those who need encouragement. May you find companions when your own path grows difficult. May you remember that your presence matters more than you know. May the light of truth and warmth of love and the strength of community travel with you wherever you go. Go in peace, go in hope, go together. Amen.